Hi fans of London Theatre Direct, my name is Shaun Nolan and I'm here to talk to you today about London's new smash hit musical, Kinky Boots at the Adelphi Theatre. Please note before I start that my review today is based on a preview performance of Kinky Boots that I went to go and see about 2 weeks ago, and the show did actually open last week when you're seeing this video, so it no longer is in previews if you're a big hater of previews. I used to be a hater of previews, I'm slowly coming around to previews now. And especially after seeing Kinky Boots, because this preview is absolutely outstanding. Before we start, let me give you a rundown of the cast that in this show that I'm going to be talking to you about today. First of all, playing the role of Lola was Matt Henry. I don't think Matt Henry is a newcomer. If I read in here correctly, I think it tells me that Matt Henry has done a lot of things before he's done this, especially on the West End. He did Avenue Q at the Noel Coward, The Lion King at the Lyceum, and he also did a tour of Miss Saigon. I'm going to assume he was John. Saturday Night Fever at the Apollo Victoria, Hair on Tour, many different things. We also have Killian Donnelly as Charlie Price. Of course, we all know Killian Donnelly. He's done a lot recently. He did The Commitments. Was he Olivier nominated for Memphis? I'm pretty sure he was. Yep, he was indeed Olivier nominated. And he did Les Mis, and he's done many other things. We all know Killian Donnelly. And also was incredible was Amy Lennox as Lauren. She has done many different things. I'm pretty sure this is the first thing she's done in the West End, though. She's done The Last 5 Years in Belfast, which is my current. I really love The Last 5 Years at the moment. If you haven't seen the film, watch the film. And many different other things, as well as the rest of the amazing, amazing cast. But they're the three standouts for me, the three main leads in the show. So, if you don't know what Kinky Boots is about, let me give you a short rundown before we get going. The story is about a boy called Charlie Price. I say boy, he's more of a man. And his father runs a shoe factory up in Northampton, if I'm correct. And in Northampton, they have the shoe factory. They basically make a load of brogues for men, pretty standard shoes. And then, unfortunately, Charlie's father dies as soon as he moves away with his new fiancée to London. I think the fiancée is called Nicola. Let me just double check. I'm terrible with names. Nicola, correct. And just after they move away, they sad find out the father has died, so Charlie is forced to go back up to Northampton and sort out the shoe factory, whilst Nicola stays down in London, sorting out their new plans of their new home and their new career paths together. And whilst up in Northampton, Charlie realises that the shoe factory is pretty much a massive flop these days, and that the dad was trying to plan to cancel the shoe factory anyway, couldn't really get around to doing it, had kind of lots of heart in the business and stuff like that, and all the workers had become family, and it was difficult for him to do so. Anyway, Charlie Price goes back down to London, and he goes and meets Lola, a drag queen, after she's kind of being beat up. He sorts her out, sees her show, realises she's incredible, and soon realises there's a hole in the market for drag queen shoes and transvestite heels and all those kind of things like that. Basically, weightier people wearing heels if they're sturdy like men. That kind of idea. And the rest of the story plays out on that, plays on a love triangle between three different characters, and then also Lola's story and relationships with the people in the show. It's a really beautiful and uplifting tale, and I won't lie to you, when I went in there I thought it was going to be this massive farce, this massive tale of comedy, and it wasn't really going to be very serious whatsoever, but I soon realised this show has a very deep message to it, which I'm going to tell you about in just a moment. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the music in the show was supplied by Cyndi Lauper, which is incredible, and the music, I've had the cast album since it very first came out a couple of years ago, and the music in this show is incredible in the first place, and I didn't actually realise how much more incredible it would be on the stage, especially numbers like Land of Lola, Sex in the Heel, The History of Wrong Guys, Not My Father's Son, In This Corner, loads of fantastic massive production numbers which really sold the show. There is so much fantastic choreography in the show, which is probably the main highlight for me, along with the music, both like blended together so beautifully. The choreography was so on point, everything was so perfectly in time that it was so, almost gave you goosebumps. It was so fantastic. And the choreographer is Jerry Mitchell, who also directed the show. I should probably know that. Jerry Mitchell is really, really famous. Jerry Mitchell did the fantastic choreography in this show, and it's so incredible to see an ensemble that is so tight-knit. I said this about Bend It Like Beckham before in a previous video. I said their ensemble is so fantastically well put together, and they can all do what they're doing so well. They could all play football so well, and this ensemble can do everything in these massive stiletto heels with absolute perfection. I cannot believe this dance is even possible to do it so perfectly in time, never mind in heels. It is incredible and is just absolutely mind-boggling. It's so impressive. I really, really loved it. Along with the music, as I said, it's absolutely fantastic. Another thing I want to add on to how fantastic this show is the message, which is what I mentioned earlier on. The message when you come out is a message both of acceptance and acceptance in a lot of people. It was really nice to see a story that wasn't just kind of the main protagonist of the show being hit by the antagonist that was trying to put them down in the first place just once, and then kind of telling them, you know, get over it, sort yourself out, and it all being fine. It was the fact that Lola was hit with abuse on many different occasions throughout the show by many different people, as you find out if you've seen the show, different people in her life as well as people that have recently come into her life, and it's people that hit her with all this hatred, and throughout the show you it's a bit like Made in Dagenham when I saw that, and they presented feminism in an interesting way, and they made jokes about women, and they kind of tried to make the jokes funny, and then you kind of got hit with a sense of, don't find this funny, you're wrong for thinking it funny, fixing it kind of situation. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. They basically hit Lola with a lot of different abuse that I guess if you were of a certain persuasion in life, if you certainly had grown up in a certain way, you could find it almost relatable to think in that way. And it was interesting to see Lola be hit by that a few times, be affected by it deep down, and then show everybody that they shouldn't be thinking that way. It was a really well thought out and deep message, and it's a fantastic book by Harvey Fierstein that does create that beautiful message, as well as lots of fantastic humour. This show really is laugh out loud funny, and I've said before, I think, in a video, that I don't laugh out loud very much. The last time I laughed out loud at the theatre was way back in February when I saw the Book of Mormon. I found that hilarious. I also found this absolutely hilarious. There are so many one-liners, so many fantastic things, and the way things are put together, and the funniest moment for me was definitely The History of Wrong Guys, sang by Amy Lennox, who plays Lauren. Is it Lauren? I told you I'm terrible at names. Lauren. Absolutely hilarious. I really enjoyed it. That was another fantastic part of the show, and also to add on to that, saying about Amy Lennox pulling that so well, was the casting. I thought the casting choices were absolutely fantastic, and without a doubt the standout performance is Matt Henry as Lola. We got to see him after the show. I went to Stage Door just to go and tell him how fantastic I thought the performance was, with my friend Abby, who was really excited to meet him as well. His performance is absolutely sublime, an incredible talent in every way possible. I can't even put into words. I think I tweeted on the day I saw the show that I would eat my left foot if he didn't win an Olivier for this performance. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely. I've said that a lot, haven't I? But he really is I can't even stop saying it, how great he is. Fantastic performance. You have to just see it for his performance especially. It's really incredible. So, that is Kinky Boots, now showing at the Adelphi Theatre in the West End. It's now officially open to many fantastic reviews. I'm sure you can see many other fantastic reviews. Go and have a look on London Theatre Direct's page, go to their news section, and down in there will be some blog posts other bloggers for London Theatre Direct have written about Kinky Boots. They really are fantastic reviews about a fantastic show. I really did enjoy it. I can't stop saying really, but you really do have to go and see the show. It's fantastic. I actually went to go and see Beautiful again last week to go and talk about the new cast on London Theatre Direct's blog. I'm sure you'll see that very soon. And a woman sat next to me was talking to some theatre buffs behind, and she turned around and told them that they have to go and see Kinky Boots. It's that incredible. And I don't think for a very long time I've seen a show have that effect on people, where they are turning around to people in audiences at other shows and saying, please go and see the show. It's fantastic. It really has created some buzz, and I think it's definitely here for a long time now. So, go and get Kinky Boots tickets at londontheatredirect.com down below, and let me know what you thought of the show at ShawneyCat on Twitter, and don't forget to tell London Theatre Direct at theatre_direct as well. Have a fantastic week everybody, stay stagey, and I'll see you soon.